See, what you have said about quoting the Chapidar is very similar to what in the economic plane I used to hear as to why students became communists. You are assured of a job in communism, you are assured of a social security if you don't have a job, you are assured of control on prices. In fact, EMS Namboodiripad told me that people are attracted to Soviet Union and communism because there is no unemployment in Soviet Union, there is no inflation in Soviet Union, there is no poverty in Soviet Union. I told him in August 1991, now there is no Soviet Union also. See, when you compare democracy and dictatorship, unless you are a person who doesn't value your personal freedom, the dictatorship will always be attractive. You go like goats and animals to your feed in the morning, you are taken for grazing, then you have got a place to stay. Or these chickens in the hatchery, that they sit before with their legs tied, and there's a conveyor belt in front of them which brings the feed, and there's a conveyor belt in the back of them which takes away the eggs. That kind of automated life, Hinduism was never meant to be. We don't believe that anybody should be forced to go to church or the equivalent, namely the temple. We don't believe that you should have to understand without even training yourself what is said in the prayers. If you have taken the trouble to learn, it can be done. Of course, I agree that there should be greater efforts to publicize what our religion actually teaches. That's why I'm deciding with a friend to start a new TV station in Tamil Nadu, and that is called Krishna TV, and you can see that. You can see that on krishnatv.net. You can see the website. We have come out of a horrible 1,000 years, and then after that we had a de facto Christian on our head, namely Jawaharlal Nehru, who didn't allow you to develop Sanskrit, who didn't allow you to have any concern for your culture. Anything and everything was called obscurantists and so on. Such a long period, because he himself was very pro-left and pro-Soviet. So now we have to do some of the things in order to make our religion easily understandable to the people. But the features of Hinduism, where you don't force a person to come, don't tell him how to behave. Hinduism only tells you if you behave in this way, this is what you will suffer. The law of karma will hit you here. Or if you behave in this way, you will get this reward. Hinduism doesn't ban anything. It doesn't say you cannot eat meat, but it says then you will eat tamas food, you will not be able to have a stable meditation. So that is the kind of religion we have. We cannot change the character of our religion, but we have to now repair the damage that has been done to the last 1,000 years. We must now have new books. We must be able to educate our youth in a language they understand, and the peon also in the language they understand. I know many people, by the way, who became Christian, went and saw that there was no change in the discriminatory attitude once they became Christian. They returned back. In Tamil Nadu, in fact, on tsunami, many of these Christians who came with money bags were all thrown out and driven away. These are unreported facts. And I don't know about Andhra, I'll have to wait till the census report comes. But you will not find any sharp increase in Christian population in Tamil Nadu. In fact, you will find not at all. You may find in Muslim population, but you will not find in Christian population. So we, within the perspective, accepting the spirit in which you said, and acknowledging that we need to teach our religion in a more mundane way, I would like to, however, say that there are limits to which we can imitate Christianity.
The West is now experimenting very successfully with yoga as therapy for addiction, toxicity, smoking, to get rid of smoking, alcoholism, the kind of problems that this fellow had that you're talking about, for which he went to the pastor. The latest treatment plans that are being offered in the US, in fact, are mostly Hindu-oriented. Vegetarianism as a way of life, all the Hindu lifestyles are therapy in the cognitive sciences and psychology. In fact, in 2008, my foundation did a world conference on spirituality and psychology in Delhi. And we had 500 delegates, 400 of them came from outside of India, because they were cognitive scientists and neuroscientists wanting to learn these Indian spiritual traditions, go back and teach. So the kind of solutions that the Christian church offered, the better solutions are available in our own tradition. It is just that the temple is not a center of yoga and is not a center of meditation today. They become ritualistic. So the idea is we don't have to deviate, as Dr. Swamy said, to other people. We just have to revive our own tradition. Even in the United States, so many times I've given talks all over India, all over the US, saying, why isn't your temple able to compete and replace all the yoga centers in your town? Why not? And we don't have it. I've been saying this for so many years. Our Hindu temple, it should be the place where people come to learn yoga rather than going to other yoga centers, because those yoga centers are actually profit-making enterprises. It's our tradition that it's sort of being taken away.
May I just, we are proud to say that our temple here, for the last 1.5 years, we have been conducting yoga classes and meditation classes. We have and there are 80% of the students who come are the local American people. Very good. So it will be most of our people, but we have about 100 students who come every Saturday. This morning, right here we had yoga class, and every Wednesday evening we have it, and we are very grateful and privileged to conduct those yoga classes.
Very good. We'll go another 10 minutes because we started 10 minutes late. So anybody who has questions, come, let's stay in line real quick. Okay, go ahead.
My question is for Dr. Subramanian.
Make it short, don't...
Namaste, Dr. Swamy. I want to specifically ask you about electronic voting machines, because when I come to think of it, any big power, whether inside or outside India, be it CIA, KGB, China's army, or...
There's no KGB now, it's FSI.
Okay. They will have vested interest in having a puppet government inside India, and electronic voting machine would be a very good means for them to install whosoever they want to install in the country. No first world country has electronic voting machine, and ours is a country that is crawling out of the third world. And we have electronic voting
I'll answer your question.
Okay, so who do you think is behind this? I want you to name that. Will we have EVM in the next general election? That was the next question.
Well, I have filed a case in the Delhi High Court, in which I have established prima facie that in 2009, Congress party got 90 extra seats by electronic voting machine rigging. And the way I established it is that in 90 seats, there may be more, but I had counted only up to 90. In 90 seats, more than 1/3 of the polling booth had less than 2 votes, 210. These are the type of things that in all these 90 constituencies, I found out of the 1,500 booths per parliamentary constituency, 1/3, which is about 500, had 0, 1 or 2 votes, which is impossible, because every established political party has at least 5 people sitting inside the polling booth. And these 5 people have, their life depends on their candidate winning. So they plus their family would be about 25 votes would be guaranteed per polling booth. So, and that was always in the past, that is what used to happen. No polling booth, an established party would get less than 25 seats. That's why I did not contest in this election. Because I knew that Sonia Gandhi's first target would be me, and the electronic voting machine would be rigged. 90 seats Congress party got extra. Otherwise they would have got only 105 seats. They ended up getting 195, and then a little more after the by-elections. So I went to the court and I said that I demand that, like the ATM machine, I should get a voter receipt. Who I voted for. The election commission said, we can't do this, it's too expensive, all that. Then, as usual, I dug up a law, which very few people had read, which was the Information Technology Act of 2000, which says, section 12 says, if any electronic machine has an input of data, then that electronic machine must also give a receipt. So that's on the basis of which the ATMs give you receipt. Now, ATM doesn't need to give you receipt. You can see your bank account on the screen. You know how much it is. You know how much you're taking out. Yet it is giving because of this law. The election commission first said, no, these laws don't apply to election commission. I said, Ravish, the Supreme Court has made given a judgment saying that election commission has freedom to decide only in areas where there is no existing law. Where there is an existing law, they have to obey it also. So finally the election commission has surrendered.